Hey, what's up, boys? My name is Jayme, and yeah, I'm following the trends of YouTube once again, and I'm making an Iceberg video, specifically an Iceberg on Doom. I found this Doom Iceberg, and I decided, why not make a video on it, because I don't really see anyone else making a Doom Iceberg. If you don't know what an Iceberg is, essentially it's a tier list of things that are more commonly known within the community, or more commonly known facts. As it descends lower, it gets into more obscure facts and more kind of urban legends and mysteries. So yeah, let's start off. Doom Guy is a real world model. This one is based off the fact that John Romero said that the guy who modeled for the Doom Guy on the game's cover was of a male model that they brought in to model him and use as a point of reference. Slayers Club. This one is just referring to the Slayers Club, which is a sort of subscription sign-up little community thing for Doom Eternal, where you would sign up, you could get points, and you could get in-game items like the Zombie Slayer skin. The in-game ports of Doom 1 and 2 are inaccurate. I don't exactly know what this one is referring to. I played through the entirety of the Doom 1 and 2 ports in Doom Eternal, which I assume this is what this is talking about. I didn't really notice anything inaccurate to say. I mean, it controls a little weird, and there's a kind of a bit of screen tearing in the in-game ports. But other than that, I didn't see anything inaccurate. But hey, if you know what this means, comment down below. Bethesda didn't make Doom. This one is a fairly simple one. id Software makes the Doom games, and Bethesda just publishes them. Doom Guy is on a killing spree because Daisy was killed. This one refers to the fact that at the end of Doom 1, when Doom Guy gets sent back to Earth, he sees his pet Daisy was killed by demons, and that has been the big driving force for why Doom Guy is so angry and on his big demon killing spree. Doom 4 Early Beta. The Doom 4 Early Beta, or some people like to call it Call of Doom, was just a very generic first-person shooter set in the world of Doom, more taking place on the human side of the invasion rather than the Doom Guy. Thankfully, it was canceled, and that isn't the Doom 4 we got, but it's still kind of a piece of id history that is very interesting. Doom World. Doom World is an online forum community for Doom. Not really much else to say on that one. Circle strafing. Circle strafing is just a technique that players use where they circle around enemies that hurl very visible projectiles, such as the Imps, Cacodemon, Baron of Hell, and Cyberdemon. Doom Eternal uses fan art. I don't know exactly what this one is referring to. I mean, Doom Eternal does use art, obviously, but I don't know where it would use fan art. The only thing I can think of is that in the Fortress of Doom, there's the picture of the Doomslayer and Daisy. That's really only the thing I can think about, but hey, if you know what it is, once again, comment down below. UV Pacifist. UV Pacifist refers to a speedrunning category in the Doom community where you play on ultra violence and you can't harm any demons, hence the name UV Pacifist. Room 2. Room is a fan-made game and an engine created by Pop-Tart Noah. What Room 2 is referring to is a clone that Pop-Tart Noah is working on of Doom Eternal, and it runs on a heavily modified Roblox engine. H-Doom. H-Doom, how do I talk about H-Doom in the most family-friendly way possible? H-Doom is a WAD where the demons are anime girls, and very family-friendly things happen. I promise, YouTube. Don't. I swear, YouTube. Don't. Doom weapon sprites extend past status bar. I thought this one was kind of common knowledge, but the Doom weapon sprites used in Doom 1 and Doom 2 extend past the status bar. In fact, there are full sprites for these, and they look kind of cool. Pain Elemental Fire is Mancubus Rocket. This is another one that I don't really know what it is referring to, as the Pain Elemental Fire's lost souls, and I don't think it's once in the Doom franchise fired a rocket. Doom 4 and 5 each have 13 levels, which symbolize Jesus and the 12 apostles. Now, it is true that both Doom 4 and Doom 5, or if you don't know, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, do have 13 levels each, and it could be symbolizing that. I don't see what the purpose would be, other than, I guess, Doom having biblical implications. This is one that is technically true, but it's not Team TNT. Team TNT refers to a group of mappers that created the TNT Evolution episode for Final Doom, as well as several free packs for Doom 2. Fun fact, Team TNT actually created a map pack for Doom 2 called Eternal Doom. Id, you want to explain something, buddy? Doom Guy's face is based off of John Carmack's. I couldn't find anything in my research that says that this is somewhat true. Even during the time of Doom 1's development, John Carmack looked like this, and I don't really see a connection between John Carmack and Doom Guy. Doom Skies. Doom Skies are referring to the sky textures that are in Doom 1 and Doom 2, and it is saying that these are based off of real pictures, which is true, as the Sky 1 texture was made from a photograph taken at Yangsu Cavern. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. De Nouveau anti-cheat is a vulnerability. This one I assume is referring to the De Nouveau anti-cheat that was first used in Doom Eternal for its battle mode. This anti-cheat actually caused a lot of backlash and controversy because it had a variety of security issues. Demon language is translatable. In Doom, there is in fact a demon language, and there's about 25 unique symbols in this language. This led people to theorize that maybe the language could be translatable, considering that a bunch of symbols repeat satanic messages in Cyber Demon Track. This one is also one I thought was a lot more known, as in the spectrogram for the Cyber Demon Track in Doom 2016, you can see pentagrams 666. Jessica is the last classic id era employee. This one I'm gonna take a guess and say they're saying a employee at id named Jessica is the last classic one from the Doom or even Commander Keen days. I couldn't find anything on a Jessica that works at id. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough. Once again, this is one that if you know anything about, leave a comment down below. Doom was an Alien promo game. Doom was actually originally supposed to be a game based off of the Alien franchise, and they did get the attention of Fox, who were all in for it, but they ultimately dropped out due to their want of total creative control, therefore leading id to make Doom. BFG Division is a remix of Nazi Punk's GTFO. Nazi Punk's GTFO is a song in Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. And this one I don't believe is true for the fact that BFG Division is in Doom 2016, which came out in 2016, and Wolfenstein 2 came out in 2018. I mean, it could be. Mick Gordon worked on soundtrack for both of these games, but I think it would be more realistic if it was turned the other way around. But still, I can't hear the similarities in either one of these. Doom gargoyles exist in real life. The Doom gargoyles are wall textures that are seen in both Doom 1 and in Doom 2, and these do exist in real life. Doom tied to Columbine shootings. This one's a little bit of a darker one. The Columbine shooting is one of the worst school shootings in American history. And during this time, there was a big debate on violence in video games, particularly in games like Doom and Quake. Doom got tied in all this because one of the shooters named Eric Harris was actually a big fan of the Doom series and made some Doom levels. And according to investigators, he made a map based off of his own high school. It is unknown if this is actually true, as the level cannot be found anywhere on the internet as it was never released. Jesus Loves You sound effect on final track of Doom 4 OST. This one is one of the creepier ones on this list, as in the final track of the Doom 4 OST, if you listen to it in reverse, you can hear Jesus Loves You, followed up by laughing and claps.
Again. So here's that part reversed. Here we go. Now, I can't find this anywhere on the internet.
This was confirmed by Mick Gordon that in that track it does say Jesus Loves You, as he loved to fill the soundtrack with a bunch of Easter eggs for fans. The Doom demons are reincarnated Nazis from the Wolfenstein games. I guess this one can be true in some form, as both Wolfenstein and Doom do take place in the same universe. It could be that they are resurrected from hell to fight the Doom guy, who is also believed to be a descendant of B.J. Blazkowicz. Although I couldn't find anything that confirmed nor denied this. It could be true, it couldn't be true, who knows. The Doomslayer is a metaphor for nuclear bombs. I don't know what this means. A Google search of anything similar to this pulls up nothing really, other than people asking, can Doomslayer survive a nuclear bomb? I don't get what this one's really supposed to be saying. I mean, I guess it could be true because the Doomslayer is a destructive force on an entire race of people, the demons, that wipes them completely out. So I guess he could be a metaphor for a nuclear bomb. I don't see anything like that. We're getting to the point in Iceberg where a lot of these are religious-based, and also ones that I really can't find anything for, or are never confirmed, or are basically just theories, fan theories. The Doom games are a metaphor for the story of Jesus. This one ties into Doom Eternal, where in Dr. Elena Richardson's log file number 2, she says that she found antibodies in the Slayer blood and talks about his athleticism and advanced speed, and says that one of her colleagues refers to him as a god, and that the time of his arrival is not coincidental. This apparently has somewhat of a connection to the Book of Revelations. Now, I'm not a religious man, so I couldn't tell you if this is true or not, but hey, it could be. The Doom games are known to be very religious. I mean, you kill fucking demons. The Archvile is meant to look like someone burning on a cross. Yeah, I couldn't see this. If you look at the Archvile sprite from Doom 2, I don't see it at all. Doom is a government operation to keep psychopaths' violence under control. Now, there are two ways I see this, both in an in-lore universe and a real-life universe. The lore universe, I see it as the government having control of everything that goes on in the Doom games, and it is just a way to keep the Doom guys' violence under control. Or what I think the Iceberg is actually referring to, which is that Doom is supposedly a government operation made by id, or id was contracted to make it, to keep real-life psychopaths' violence down under control. God exists in Doom Eternal, but the makers try to cover up his existence. This one I don't really know about. Hey, future Jayme here. So, I actually recorded this before playing the Ancient Gods Part 1. And, yeah, God kind of does exist in Doom Eternal. In fact, in the Doom universe, he's referred to as the Father. I didn't know this at the time of making this video because I actually hadn't played it. Which was dumb on my part. Sorry about that. Or anything, I think then it becomes more true. Hanged corpses were used for Doom sprites. This one is based off a theorized dark past for the hanging sprites in Doom 1 and Doom 2. It is also theorized that these are based off of executed hanged corpses of Benito Mussolini's and some of his followers. id Software employees were forced to watch real gore to make the gore in-game accurate. This one is a fan theory that says that the id Software employees were forced to watch real gore to make the in-game accurate, as said by the name. This one I believe is kind of a spin-off of the story that the Mortal Kombat 11 developers were tasked to research gore for the game to make it as accurate as possible. As far as I know, id wasn't forced to watch any real gore, and I believe that any developers or any employees that quit the company would probably come out and say something about it. Flesh textures in Doom 1 and 2 are made of dead animals. This one I know is fake, as the flesh textures in Doom 1 and 2 were actually made of hairy arms and wounded knees. Doom is an elaborate warning of a demonic invasion. I mean, the whole game is a demonic invasion. What do you mean? It's the point of the game. It's a demonic invasion. What are they trying to warn us? That we're gonna get invaded? That the Earth we live on is gonna get invaded by demons? No, it's a video game. I don't think id saw into the future and went, all right, we're gonna get invaded by demons. And that was the Doom Iceberg. I believe that you could probably tell that later down the line, a lot of them were kind of just memes or just fan theories, or I believe probably just the guy who made the Iceberg, some theories he made up. Yeah, that was the Iceberg. Remember, if you liked it, subscribe. I'm probably not going to make an Iceberg video again, so don't look forward to these. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching. And remember, rip and tear until it is done.